I did terrible things. Turned on Rob, captured Winterfell, killed those boys.
They weren't those boys, they were Bran and Rickon. They were your brothers. You've known them since they were born.
They weren't, they were only...
Only what?
They weren't.
Tell me why Bran and Rickon should be gone while you still breathe the air. Tell me to my face, Theon. Tell me that they weren't your brothers.
They weren't Bran and Rickon.
Hi, I'm Alfie Allen and I'm here to talk about Game of Thrones. Yeah, here to talk about Game of Thrones Season 5 DVD release. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of one of the most ever-changing characters on the show. You know, he's kind of gone from, I guess, Richard Madden, Robb Stark's sort of trusted sidekick, and then he kind of went on his own, I guess, mission to become Prince, King of the Salt Throne and Pike, and now, but I mean, weirdly, you know, it's kind of ironic that he set out on this journey to become sort of King of Pike, and now he was a slave essentially his whole life anyway, and then he goes off to try and sort of become this power figure, and then he becomes a slave again, but in a way worse state. But I guess one of the main changes that's happened to him has been completely appropriate in my opinion, because you know what I'm talking about. It's always a difficult issue to tackle, this one, but yeah, he needed that. He didn't need it taken away from him, but he had no real point of authority anywhere in his life, and except for being in the bedroom. So to sort of have that taken away from him, I thought was very appropriate and relevant. He's kind of one of the most human characters on the show. You know, he makes mistakes, and that's a universal theme that we can all relate to. We all make mistakes, and I think he's not really a goodie or a baddie in that respect. I did. I knew about the torture aspect of it. I knew about the. I did a play called Equus, and it was a very intense role to play. And I think Dave and Dan knew that once I could, I guess I could handle a role like that, then I would be the right person for this role. But I knew about the torture aspect. I knew about the Reek aspect, but I didn't know that they were going to, because in the books, Reek is just the name of his former slave, and I think he dies in the battle or the burning of Winterfell, and so then I sort of take the name or the new role of Reek from the former slave, and now I become the new slave. As an actor, it's always nice to have a beginning, middle and end, but I think in the golden age of television that we are now in, you know, things have to be so closely guarded and secrets have to be very carefully handled that you can't, you know, I guess essentially I do know a kind of end game, but there's many things that could happen in between that could totally change that. I was worried. I mean, I'm just happy to be part of the show and still alive in the show, but there was a point when I think at the end of season 2 I was asking Dave and Dan completely tactlessly whether I was going to be alive or dead, and they were never really giving me a straight answer, and then I got a script given to me that was a fake script. I didn't know it was a fake script at the time, but it was when I saw the Battle of Winterfell, when I come out and I give my rousing speech, that I get knocked over the head in the real one, but in the fake script, Bran came out on the back of Hodor and stabs me in the heart and says, "This is my Winterfell, not yours." And I thought it was a good way to go. Like, I did. I mean, I'm sure I'd be crying 2 or 3 years down the line just to see how much of a juggernaut the show had become, that I wasn't a part of it anymore. But I mean, it already was a juggernaut then. But it was kind of funny to have that prank played on me. And then they called me up and were like, "So how would you feel about being in the next series?" And I was like, "Oh my God, that'd be amazing." And they're like, "Okay, cool. How would you feel about being a zombie?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of up for that, I don't mind." "In what context?" And they're like, "Well, you'd be a zombie with like absolutely no dialogue whatsoever. You just wouldn't speak at all. You'd just be standing there as a zombie." And I was like, "Are you having me on?" And so thankfully it was a joke. But yeah, I guess I am still worried about him dying, but I've got a mortgage to pay, so please keep me alive. Catelyn Stark.
Mm-hmm. How come?
Because she is an amazing woman and probably one of the most compassionate characters in the show. Reek.
Reek?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah,
all right.
definitely.
Go on, sell me on it.
Definitely. Reek deserves to be on the Iron Throne because he's been through so much hardships, and you know, he would be tender to his people because no one has been tender to him for his whole life. So he would treat the people as his own, because he's been through so much hardships, and he would be tender to his own people.
I like how many times you said it.
Yeah.